I think I am also in the season of realizing it, but once you said it, I was like, that's essentially what it is. I'm just neglecting myself and I'm allowing my hats to dictate what it is that I'm going to do to say like, oh yeah, I mean something.
But I think that the more intentional you are, it becomes second nature. Like taking care of you will become second nature, like taking care of your family. You're gonna do that without a thought, right?
Yeah.
But we put so much thought into what we'll do for ourselves or why we can't do what we need to do. Because I was
Yeah.
like,
And I feel like sometimes we put
yeah,
too much on ourselves and trying to bend over backwards for other people. Yes, you can show up for them, but maybe not in that fullest capacity as you feel like you need to show up for them. Okay. And we back. 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 We are
hey,
back with right. It's been a long time coming. We are back with another episode of the You're Done podcast. It's your girl, Big Desto, not the little one.
And be more, nevertheless, I ain't gonna lie, I almost forgot my name. That's how long it's been.
It's been like 2 months.
Hot mess. I know. But today, y'all, because it's been a while, if you I know y'all tuned in for season 5 because duh, or you're done.
Right.
But we're back with season 6 and we got a guest. We didn't have any guests for season 5, so I'm excited. Now I call her Miss Diane. I've probably been saying her name wrong, but I can't change it now. So when I do her intro, if you be like, she said a different name, listen, I'm special. So I get to call her Miss Diane. But when you follow her on her social media platforms and you tune in to her new podcast, y'all call her what she say to call her, okay? So anyways, um, this is Miss Diane, and Diane works in engineering at a Fortune 500, Fortune 50 company. Sorry, I can read, I promise. And is a devoted wife, mother of 6, and a proud honey to her first grandchild. She is the host of the Calm and Cultured Collective with Diane podcast, where she inspires women to live intentionally, walk in faith, and choose peace in every season of life. A believer in God, an amateur.
Simone.
No, as we sip water out these
Water.
wine glasses, and a lover of laughter. Love and happy endings. She brings wisdom, warmth, and authenticity to conversations about purpose, growth, the beauty of becoming, and the chaos that often occurs in the interim. Boom. She is a woman of many things, but did y'all hear her say 6
Exactly.
kids? And this is what she looking like. Okay.
Thanks to my trainer.
Black
Listen.
and black don't
Be more
crack and
fit.
she is looking great. Right? Be more fit.
Thank you.
Pocket. Welcome, Miss Diane.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, I'm excited. This is a good topic
I
today.
know.
I'm gonna go let Disney say what this topic is because I was a little nervous about it, but I'm excited about it.
She was nervous about it, but she the one who came up with it.
I know. Y'all know we write out topics, and then I be like, we really elaborate on that. And then I was like, Miss
But I
Diane
feel
gonna be
like
perfect for this, so I think it's gonna go well.
Uh-oh.
so the topic for today is who are you when no one needs you? So like we all like Miss Diane, you heard all the many hats that she wears and stuff like that. Brittany's a mom, a wife, a sister, all these things. I'm about to be a mama. I feel like so I'm about to be learning some things from the vets, you know. Like we all three of us are wives. I go to work. I'm a teacher, so many people are expecting certain things from us. So it's like, who are you when no one needs, like when you're just left with destiny? At the end of the day, who are you? That's the question.
So Miss
Oh, we,
Diane,
oh, we starting right out. With
well, I
me.
want to start. I actually
Okay.
wanted to start because I kind of feel like it's hard to say, like, because your kids are all, well, like little adults. They're just now graduating college, you
Right.
know? So we don't want to say they full adults because they still learning. They probably still on their mama insurance.
They are.
But, like, my baby is just here. So I feel like I can't really say, well, I'm going to just stop breastfeeding today. I mean, I guess I
Right.
could. But, you know, I'm still in this mode of, like, I'm a full-on mom.
Yep.
But I feel like you have been a mom to like all 6 of these kids, and now they're kind of finding their own way in life. And then you're getting into like your podcast era and
Yeah.
different avenues of exploring who you are now.
Right.
So like, how is that going?
But yeah, so I had more time, and I started by working out, just to kind of take control of my own health.
Yeah.
And I think that in doing that, it kind of opened up more, right?
Yeah.
So I started to take charge of my health. I started to take charge of my career more, um, and do things that I didn't have the space to do before.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting because I've always considered myself to be a nurturer and someone who takes care of other people. But now I'm kind of taking better care of myself,
Yeah.
you know, and it feels good. Like it feels good to say no to people.
Oh,
It does.
I love that word.
And be unapologetic about it. Like,
yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah. She's so sweet about it too. I'm not doing that
No.
this
today.
isn't working for me. So we're not gonna do that. But you know, it's been a process, and I think that one thing we don't give ourselves credit for is allowing ourselves to just evolve
Yeah.
authentically, because that's natural, right? You watch the people around you evolve. Like I've watched my husband accomplish so much, and my kids even they've grown and had their own accomplishments, while I was like the person that was kind of in the back supporting,
Yeah.
right? And I think that it didn't have to be that way, but I think it just at that time made more sense. And I don't even think I realized how much I was neglecting myself by
Yeah.
caring for other people.
Huh. Now that part right there, neglecting yourself, because when you talk about this topic, in my opinion, because we're wearing so many hats, like Destiny said, she's becoming a mom, so she's about to add a hat, right? She's a school teacher, she's a wife, she's a sister, she's a daughter, and now she's adding more hats as things go on. And I don't think you realize in the moment that you're actually neglecting yourself, because you're like, well, my kid is fed, they got this, my husband feels supported, or I'm there whenever he needs me to be there, and I cook the dinner and whatever case, because we become chef and cleaners at the end of the day
Yes,
too.
yes.
So I don't ever feel like I think about that I'm neglecting myself until I'm already overstimulated, or or then I'm really noticing that my cup is completely empty, because I'm totally frustrated at this point. So now I'm probably about to blow up
Yep.
on somebody, which we should not be doing, blowing up on people. So I think I am also in the season of realizing it. But once you said it, I was like, that's essentially what it is. I'm just neglecting myself, and I'm allowing my hats to dictate what it is that I'm going to do, to say like, oh yeah, I mean something. Really, and then we talked about this last season. If my cup isn't full, how can I expect to pour into somebody else? And that
Absolutely.
doesn't mean I'm neglecting my responsibilities, or, things that other people may need from me. But I also need to focus on Brittany in order to be the best version. And I don't know what
Yeah.
that's going to look like for my sister, but she's going to be a great mom. She's going to do
Yeah,
just fine. So so for you, you're not necessarily getting rid of a hat, you're adding a hat. But in that whole sense, how do you think you'll be able to navigate still putting Destiny first, or doing the things that Destiny enjoys?
well, I feel like I think it's kind of hard for me to like speak on what I feel like I would be as a mom, because I ain't never been a mama before.
Yeah.
I've had all my little Barbie dolls. I would play with them, whatever the case may be. But I've never had to keep a human being alive. So I feel like,
Yeah.
but like Miss Diane said, it's like I'm a natural nurturer in a sense. So like even with my career, like I'm a teacher. I feel like that's not, for me personally, it's not one of those jobs where I feel like I just call out whenever I want to, because those kids depend on me to come to work every day to teach them. Yes, a substitute could come in to take my place, but they're not giving them the same level of education or teaching that I would give to them. So a lot of the times
Yeah.
I find myself putting myself on the back burner and being like, I'm pregnant. I'm tired. I don't have the capacity. But if I don't show up for them, then it's like I don't know, but I also feel like if I don't show up for others, then I'm letting myself down in a sense too, because I feel like I can do it. Like we said in season 6, season 5, is us constantly just feeling like, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, do I want to just lay here? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I know that I can keep pushing myself. But like you said, when you get to a point where you just burn yourself out, then it's like, then what? So I feel like I have to constantly remind myself that outside of being Miss Holmes, outside of being a wife, outside of being a podcaster, because sometimes I done said on here many a times, I don't feel like recording today. But I do.
Yeah.
But I do.
No, for real.
But outside of all that, I have to take that time to just say, even if it's just like a moment out of a day. You know, some people have their self-care
Yeah.
days. Sometimes you don't get the whole 24 hours to yourself.
Right.
So you have to
Yeah.
be very mindful of what, oh look, sorry y'all. Be very mindful of whatever time that you do give to yourself. I'm sorry, I'm hot. I'm real
Yes.
hot.
Okay. But
So yeah.
also to what you said too, like, okay, this is a weird thing. And maybe it's not weird to me because I'm a very OCD, like very organized person. And so I need to work out. Now I'm going to go ahead and put myself on blast because last week was not my best week. I only worked out twice. My goal is to hit 5. And my workouts aren't that long because I'm still postpartum. But I was like, the only way I'm going to get this workout in, I'm a early because I
Yes.
would train her early in the morning, and
Yes.
she'd be like, "You gonna wait? I'm up. I like being up early in the morning. I am very productive when I'm up early." But now that I have a newborn who had me up every 2 hours, I'm like,
Different.
you kind of look at the time and be like, it's 3 a.m. That's crazy that I'm awake. So, but knowing that I want to work out and that's important to me and it makes me feel good, I literally, y'all, went inside a chat GPT and I was like, I want to wake up at 5 a.m. I want to be in the gym by 5:30. My baby wakes up every 2.5 hours. Give me a schedule. And this is usually his schedule, you know. So I kind of gave them the schedule of where Deuce eats now. And it spit out a schedule. And then I
Yes.
added alarm clocks to my phone. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pump at 9 p.m. So then I can sleep for about 3 or 4 hours. And I'm going to pump at this time, hopefully be able to pump at 3, get another 2 hours. And then I'm up at 5 to try to be in the gym because I'm praying, y'all, that he's still asleep. And this is gonna be perfect because my kids don't wake up to 6:30, and he usually wakes up at 6:30 to eat again. So I'm like, but then my workout is done.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, am I doing the most? Because that's crazy that I don't put all these alarms in my phone, but it's also like a reminder to me that, okay, this is what needs to be done in
You're
this
important,
season.
and you're important.
Yeah, for me to do
Yes.
something that I do find important. That way I don't get down to dinner and then go, dang, I didn't work out
Yeah.
today. So I feel like I overthink a lot of things when it comes to putting myself 1st, of realizing what Brittany wants outside of my titles. And I feel like I do it with so much, like, I feel like I'm trying to control having me time. And I don't know if I want to feel that way, but I feel like I have to in order for it to happen.
Right. Because I don't hear control, I hear intention.
Okay.
And the more intention you put behind it, it'll become a natural part of your practice. Right. You're
Okay.
intentionally carving out time for yourself, for what you need. And I applaud that. I think that's amazing. And you know, I love ChatGPT is like my personal assistant. I love her.
Yes. Not her. You know,
She's her.
She's a gender.
She's
Okay.
her. For me, she's her. You know
Yeah.
how Siri, you can change the voice on Siri. For me,
Yes.
ChatGPT is her. That's my
Yeah.
personal assistant, girl.
Well, she doing her thing.
Listen.
Because the way they spit that schedule out, and I
Right?
said, "Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let y'all know how I go." By
I
the way,
can't wait to hear about this.
Yes.
I can't. But I think that the more intentional you are, it becomes second nature. Like taking care of you will become second nature, like taking care of your family. You're going to do that without a thought, right?
Yeah.
But we put so much thought into what we'll do for ourselves or why we can't do what we need to do. Because I was like that. You know, I could do something for somebody. My kids, what? I'm going to make time for them.
Yeah.
My husband needs something. I'm going to figure it out. But I had to start figuring it out for me.
Yeah.
Because you know how you get on the airplane and they say if something happens, you have to put your
mask on. Yeah.
before you can put anybody else's on. And I was like, what? My kids are here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put their mask on first. And my husband's like, you're not going to be able to. You're going to be dead if
That's
you put.
true.
You have to put. That's life, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like we have to save ourselves first before we can save other people.
Yeah. I never, and I'm not gonna lie, and this is coming from somebody who was a lifeguard, and they teach you to dump the people. Like if you swim out, right? And I was like, that's crazy. But if you swim out to someone who's drowning and that person is panicking and they start grabbing on you and pushing you down, they teach you to get up underneath their armpits and you yank them underwater. And then you swim off and then you come back to them and let them know, like, I'm a lifeguard. You need to calm down, like grab the buoy.
What?
Yes, because but it's true, because when you think about it, if I'm coming to save you and you pushing me underwater and
We
you
both gonna
panicking,
drown.
Right. Then who gonna save me?
so you kind of are still it's not you. I felt like I was still putting them in danger, but it's like, but you're not.
Yeah, you're
So
getting yourself out of danger.
Yeah.
So that you can come back
So I
and
can
help
come
them.
back and help.
Yeah.
So look at, man, we better be hitting these
Listen.
analogies and it start making
They've
sense
been
today.
around all through the whole since the beginning of time. They've been
Right?
and we just have not been applying.
At all.
They don't make sense. They don't click until they click.
Yeah.
Right.
And it clicked for me today because I definitely be like, I can't do that. I don't have time for that. And like my sister's having her baby shower, and this was weird too. And I feel like my mind is like running a million miles per hour because things are clicking. But I remember telling her when I was giving birth, my birthing experience was not like it wasn't like it was in the movies where they cry for 2 seconds and then they be like, oh, my baby is perfect. We went through some things to get Deuce here, okay? But he is still perfect. But in the midst of me going through the pain that I was experiencing at that time, outside of contraction, I told Brie, I said, I hope my sister doesn't experience any of this. And they was like, you going through all this crap. Homegirl ain't due for a few months, and you worried about. And I was like, I just hope she don't. And so, like, in my lactation consultation, I did that because breastfeeding hasn't been as smooth as I wanted to be. Right. And even in the time of like listening to her, I'm taking everything she's saying, but I'm also like, I'm gonna have to tell my sister because I don't want her to go through and so I think, like you say, naturally my mind is always like, well, what can I teach someone else, right, or how can they avoid going through the chaos? But it's crazy that we send ourselves willingly, because I almost missed this appointment. I was going to cancel it and be like, well, this is just how breastfeeding is going to be for me. I'll go through the pain. I'll suck it up. I'm going to be okay. As long as he's fed and growing, I'll be fine. But then I was like, no, your nipples shouldn't feel like they in garbage disposals, girl. Take care.
And why
go to the dang appointment.
Why do we do that? Because if your daughter, one of the kids was having an issue, you would be on the phone making an appointment. So why do we minimize our pain? Like, why do we, this is how it's supposed to be for us? Like, that's internal, right? That's some kind of internal dialogue. Like, not saying this for you, but to think that this is how you should, it's normal for you to be in pain during this. You would not allow your child to be in pain. You would be calling everybody, like, what is going on? Like, why don't we raise those alarms for ourselves? Like, why don't we?
You would have been early to the appointment, not thinking about canceling it.
Right.
And that's a great question.
Rearrange your whole schedule.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? I don't know.
I don't know. We're conditioned to be that way.
Yeah.
Neither of my daughters want to get married. I don't think they want to have kids. And I feel so bad because I'm like, is it because they have seen me sacrifice myself so much? So they're like, because I told you those girls are something else. They have boundaries. You won't do this. You won't. They are very different.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of it, but it's so unfamiliar to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is it because they've seen me sacrifice so much as a mother and as a wife? And then on the flip side, all of my sons ready to get married. And I'm like,
well, I would say at one point in my life, I was that, like, I don't want no kids. I was just like that.
Yeah.
I did not want kids, whatever. And then when I decided, okay, if I had to have a kid, I wanted a boy. I wanted, I ain't getting none of that. I'm pregnant and it's a girl. So, but my mom,
God gave you what you needed.
Yes,
exactly. But I do believe it took the life experiences, because like I was saying those things when I was fresh out of college and all the things. But I did witness my mom do a lot for us, and it's just like, and then I'm gonna just speak for myself. Men that I was dating anyway was raggedy, so it's like, you want me to sacrifice all of this for you? Oh no! So I said, okay, I'm not, because obviously I wasn't having a kid if I wasn't married. So I just literally was, I just scratched it all off the bingo card. We gonna replace that with something else because that ain't in the cards for me. But then once I put myself in a position to love myself more and know that if I do pour into myself, that I can show up for other people. And then along with that, then a man was sent to me from God, like my husband, that was able to help me pour into myself even more. I feel like your perspectives kind of changed a little bit more, where it's like, as a young adult, it's like, oh, you're in your selfish season. I know I was. I don't want to do none of that. I want to get up and go as I please. I want to Like, I knew exactly who I was outside of those hats, outside of all those titles. I'm doing what I want to do. But when you find yourself in a position where it's like, that's no longer your, I'm not going to say your identity, but like your life just changed. I have more responsibilities. I have this, I have that. And I love to show up for those that I care about. But like Miss, like you were saying earlier, but why don't you pour that same, like, as much as I poured into myself back then, and I was like for sure on what I wanted and what I was not gonna do, somewhere along the way it just shifted, and I was like, oh yeah, but everybody else needs this, they need that, and it's like, girl, they chilling really. And I feel like sometimes we put too much on ourselves and trying to bend over backwards for other people, that it's like, yes, you can show up for them, but maybe not in that fullest capacity as you feel like you need to show up for them. Because a lot of the times, like my husband, he's a very easygoing person. What I feel like he may need, he's probably like, I'm good. You know, he appreciates it, but he's like, I don't need all of that. So I feel like sometimes we overpour sometimes, and all that energy we're putting into somebody else. Okay, well, if you don't need it, I'm gonna give it to myself, because I sure could use it.
Right.
So I had to
don't
just
think
learn
I've done that either, though. I like that you said that if you're pouring into him and it's something that he doesn't need, then you give it to yourself. I think I find more ways to give. Like, I'll go find somebody else to give it to. I mean, I got 3 kids. It's somebody out here need me.
Right. Right.
But that's the point of the conversation.
I don't do that. Right. And then I literally just said, like, today, Deuce woke up and I was like, I probably could have got up a little bit earlier to set up and do some things. Then I just sat there staring at him. And the crazy thing is like, he's not going to be this little anymore. So, you know, I appreciate that I had the morning to kind of just take him in.
Like, savor it.
Right. But then the moment I get up and I look at the time again, and clearly everything was set up. We had some mic issues, but we here now. Okay. But with all of that, I beat myself up for taking the time. I was like, oh, but see, you could have got up. You probably could have enjoyed your breakfast a little bit longer. Like, yeah, you ate the breakfast, you got yourself together, your thing was set up, but you didn't write in your journal this morning like you said you was. You didn't read your devotional. It was like I beat myself up for taking what I would have considered to be a good time for me to kind of soak in my own kid.
Yeah, you got to give yourself some grace.
I know, I don't. Yeah. I have none. I be out here on Instagram saying I'm giving myself grace. I lie, y'all. The grace is not giving. The Lord is just showing your girl mercy, and I'm just stepping over it. I'm just like, there go the mercy. You know how like in Mario they step on that mushroom and he get big. I am like avoiding. I am going down the tunnels. I'm getting eaten by them little turtles.
You're too hard on yourself. Yourself, Brittany.
I am.
You're too hard. Like, you know, that want to be perfect and want you got too hard on yourself.
When you made that post, I literally thought about that. Like, it's okay that you sat there and did nothing. That's cool too, you know? So I feel like we constantly are, like you said, beating ourselves up of like, in that moment, that's what you felt like you should have been doing. But when that time passes and you can't get the time back, now you're like, but I could have done X, all these other things. And it's just like, you were doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing right then and there. And I'm only saying that because, you know, season 5 is still going right now. And the episode that we just dropped, I'm so ready for them clips to be over. I'm tired of crying on the internet. But I have like, so many people have been commenting and just saying how God will have you exactly where you need to be. And it may be, even if it's not like a new season in your life, or it's just like your day-to-day just changed. Like, you have 3 kids, Brittany. You're not going to be doing what you was doing when it was Brielle and Breland, and they can get up and make their own breakfast and brush their own teeth. And you started all the way over. So you have to like just...
Those the days, girl. Those were the days.
You have to allow yourself to be where you are, is what I'm saying. And I feel like that's where we get so consumed in all of our hats that we forget, like, it's okay. And we have all these goals for ourselves, especially with you being into fitness, you're constantly feeling like, oh, I got to work out. I got to get this baby weight off. I got to look like this. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to post a content. Girl, that child needs you. And if you want to lay there with that baby and just stare at him at your little creation, then you do that. Then you can work out later. I feel like we constantly are
Right.
always like, it's something to do. It's something to do. Even God rested on the seventh day. Relax.
On the seventh, girl.
Not her hit me with a
Listen,
biblical.
listen. Big D
Take
is
a break.
preaching.
Clock that. Okay. She coming in hot on season 6.
Look, amen.
Amen.
She said even the Lord,
Lord
rested
rested.
on the seventh day. That's true.
He did.
Ooh,
That's so true.
you took that sandal and slapped the mess out of me.
That's true, though. You do
That
have to
would-
give yourself time
I
to
know.
I'm
rest.
so
Rest
hot.
is important.
Yes, and I have a hard time doing that. Even when I'm
Yeah.
resting, I'm like, you know, you could be up. It's crazy. You should see me when I'm actually up to even feed him. Like the things that I do in the middle of the night. Like I'm walking
Craziness.
around. I'll go upstairs. I'll sit freeling clothes. Like I'm not just feeding him. I'm up for like a whole hour.
Really?
And then I'll be like, you know what? You should probably go to sleep.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then I'll get back on the couch.
get-
And I got a problem. The
And
problem
then
is
you're gonna
me.
get, now that you sleep deprived and everybody in the house getting on your nerves, now you want to yell at them when you could have just
Yep.
took the time.
You
So
gonna be
poor,
right
I was
back
watching. Me and Corey was
in a
watching
straitjacket.
the.
It's not in a straight
Girl,
jacket.
and you're gonna be in a straight
Oh,
jacket.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Corey
I'm
and I
sorry.
was watching. Did y'all watch the Michelle Obama documentary on
I have
Netflix?
not.
Becoming?
Okay.
Is that the one? Becoming?
Yeah. We watched that yesterday, and she made a comment, and she was like, when she, she became first lady, she became all these things. They have 2 kids. She wearing all these titles, and especially like I said, we go from that. I'm independent. I'm doing this. She done went to Princeton. She went to Harvard. She's that girl, right? But now she's a mom. She's a wife. She's the first lady of the whole United States. So she's just like, this is a lot. So when her kids came, she was like, at first she would be like, Barack going to the gym. He working out, pouring it to himself, right? And she was like, instead of me getting mad at, because she was like, how do you find the time to go to the gym? And she was like, instead of me being mad that he's finding the time to go to the gym and I'm sitting here with this baby, she said, I'm just going to get up and go to the gym. And obviously the gym is the analogy in this situation. But my point is, a man going to find the time to do what they want to do is what
Everything.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everything.
So don't
Every
feel
time.
bad when you want to
Yeah.
do it too.
Yes. Every
Just
time.
go
That is
do it.
Bree did do
Yeah.
something the other day, and I was like, that was so easy. I mean, y'all, it was. I think the boy had the boy. Let me not call him the boy. The man had to go pee, and he was holding Deuce, and I was like cooking dinner. Now, take it that I felt in my soul that I was doing something, so I have done a lot of things with one hand and holding the baby. So I'll be like, you can do it. But I was like, but it's crazy that even he sometimes will be like, why didn't you just ask me to do it? And I'll be like, because I think sometimes I try to think of how the other person would feel, and because I already feel overwhelmed, I feel like if I ask someone to do something, like I'm gonna overwhelm you. So let me just figure it out so that you can stay calm and you can get through your day, because I want you to feel the best. So pretty much, yeah, I'm driving myself literally insane. And it'd be small things instead of just saying, hey, can you hold the baby? And even if the baby cries, not to go over there and be like, oh, I can get him to be quiet. Now I do sit and I'd be like, nah, he got it. The baby will be all right. Unless he need a boob, he don't really need me right now. Clearly, Bree helped me make this baby. I don't need to be the
Right.
only one like suffocating him, So I have to think to do that. It's not second nature for me to just be like, hey, Bree, can you do this real quick? But it's also not to say my husband isn't willing to do it. Like
Right.
but if I think the deal is that sometimes too, by the time you do get upset at the person, I also have to put it back on myself, because why am I not asking? And if I look like I'm handling it, why would he think to say anything is wrong? Because I think I put on a good face that whatever it is that I'm doing it because I want to, and because I'm capable in this moment of getting it done. Not that I'm actually overwhelmed, not actually that I'm overstimulated, not actually that I wish all y'all would leave the house and I don't want to hear nothing but the AC cut on and off.
I wonder though, Brittany, I wonder how much of that, because I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time. So I felt like he worked, he paid all of the bills, so I got everything else. And he was in the military. I was like, I'm not going to bother him with this. I'm going to do it. And he
Yeah.
was the same way. And I would be like, why is it that he can still play recreational football? He still goes fishing. He has all of these hobbies and he's earning these degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm too overwhelmed to do anything, but it's because I wasn't asking.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. And I know if I said, hey, I need you to do this or I need you to support me in this way, he would have done it.
Yeah.
But I think that for me, I took so much pride in being able to do everything that I almost didn't allow him to help.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't give him the space to help when I should have because it would have been easier on me.
Yeah.
Because if I can be honest, I had some resentment towards him because I'm
Yeah.
like, how is it that you ain't have not now degree.
Right.
Now, you know, when we got married, now you got your bachelor's degree, you done earned your master's degree, and I came into this with a degree, and I'm still home
Yeah.
with these kids. You know, you done did your time in the military, got a good job, and, you know, and I'm like, how in the world do you have time to do this?
Everything. Yeah.
And I'm reading and drinking wine at night when the kids go to bed. Those are my hobbies. It's a great hobby, but you know.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so I think that a lot of it though, it was me not willing to let him in because now, you know, we've kind of switched it. Now I'm commuting to work.
Yeah.
I have an apartment in another city and he's here with our 13-year-old. So he's now the primary parent, so to speak. I still manage the appointments and I'm only gone for 2 days a week, but I would have never done that
Oh yeah.
5 years ago. I would have never relinquished that control because that's what
Yeah.
it is,
That's what
control.
it is.
I would have never, but I'm like, he's his father too. And if I did it with 6 kids while he was gone for a year sometimes, or 6 months, or 3 months, if I did it with 6 kids, he can do it with a 13.
Yeah.
He got this. And he does. He has it. It'll be 2 years that I've been commuting in August. And they're doing just fine.
Living their best life.
And I have my little 2 days away with my girls in
Yeah.
Austin, you know? So it works out. But I would have never done that before. I would have never said, I need to do this for my career. I need to do this for myself. I would have never done.
I think when you really start putting the right word on stuff, that makes it clicks better. Because at first we usually look at this like, this is what I'm a mom, so this is what I'm supposed, or like I'm breastfeeding, so this is what this is supposed to feel like, or you know, whatever the case may be. But really, like you say, all of this is control. All of this is you not letting go and allowing people to help you. I'm the worst at asking for help. I don't know how many times Mama has called me and be like, "Why didn't you ask for help?" And I'd be like, "I figured it out, so it
Right.
got done." And she's like, "But you drove yourself insane just to get it done." I just be
You're probably the
like,
first one helping everybody.
"Yeah." No, I don't know. I have a bad problem with asking for help. And then even when I do ask for help, I'll be like, I really don't want to ask you this, but if you have time, like it's like a,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so it's like I'm giving you a way to go ahead and just tell me no. So because I felt like I should have done it in the first place anyways. But maybe it's not a baby. I need to stop doing this. Clearly, I
So
need to.
do y'all know exactly who y'all are outside of those titles now? Well, maybe like Brittany is still navigating it, but Miss Diane, she's been through all the things. You know, she's the real veteran in the room with us right now. So
Yes.
after doing all those things and like you said, like now you gone 2 days, they figure it out. How did you get to a point to where you are right now versus where you were 5 years ago?
I think for me, it was I kind of probably did say crashing out. What do they say?
Yeah.
Crashing out. I probably crashed out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like I was exhausted. I was exhausted. I did not feel good about myself. I did not feel good about where I was. Then I realized it wasn't everybody else. It wasn't my responsibilities stopping me. It was me not valuing myself enough to put myself at the top of that list. So for me, a lot of it started with therapy. Like a lot of it started with grief therapy. And then I started to take control of my health. And then I started to take control of my career. And then it just became one thing after another. And I started to let go of things. It just didn't work for me. Like I started to stop being everything for everybody.
Yeah.
Because even like my siblings, I had an older sister. I'm not the oldest, but I have been the oldest.
Yeah.
forever. You know, so people call you, they nieces and nephews. I stopped being available. I'm not gonna be. You need a therapist. I can't help you. You know, you need to go to financial counseling. I'm not giving you no more money. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I just had to stop because it was exhausting. Like, nobody has access to me all the time anymore.
Yeah.
I control who I allow in my life, and I control what I give to them because for me, I was a people pleaser for a
Mhm.
long time, and I neglected myself
Yeah.
and I was like, that didn't feel good. It didn't help me. You know,
Yeah.
I was
Right.
overweight, I was sad, and I wasn't happy. I'm watching all of these people around me who I'm supporting do all of these great things. And then when I have time, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? You know, my husband used to always say once a year, we used to gift each other money, right? Like we would give each other a lot. For his birthday, I give him a large sum of money. For my birthday, he would give me a large sum of money. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want it because I'm just going to spend it on other people. I want a gift. And he was like, well, take the money and buy yourself a gift. I'm like, I won't do that though. If
Yeah.
you get, I'm going to say, well, I can do this for the house and this for, but if I give my husband money, baby, he is going to ball out on himself
Yeah.
without a
Every
doubt,
time.
every single time. You know, so I had to get to a point where I'm like, I'm going to be first. I'm going to
Yeah.
get myself whatever I want first. Whether it's a new car, you know, whether I finally get the new car, the expensive car, after watching, you know, my husband. And this is another thing, girl. We would go
Yeah.
car shopping, and his cars would have everything in them.
Bells and whistles.
And I had a roll down window. It was was it 2019?
Not a roll
A
down
roll,
window in
girl, a roll.
2019. I didn't even have a roll down window in
I had
2019.
I didn't even have a GPS in my car because I'm like, well, the kids are about to start driving. We're gonna have to get them a car. And I was like, no, 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 no. We about to stop this.
That is, yeah.
We about to stop.
You was well overdue, ma'am.
Yes, a
I'm
roll
surprised
down
you didn't
window.
have the car with the seatbelt that went up when
You're
you.
right.
I forgot all about that.
Not
God.
showing my age.
Right?
Too.
You are. You are. But no, I just think I just got tired of being tired and watching everybody else have these wonderful lives that I
Yeah.
supported them with getting. And I was
Yes.
like, I'm about to have that life too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I'm about to
good.
do the same thing for myself.
So pretty much I
Period.
should have
Me
been
too.
just I need to watch this again. I mean, I'm sitting
Girl.
in it, listening. Now I just need to watch it again.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
like you and Destiny both said, it's not other people. I'm not surrounded by people who are selfishly like taking advantage of me.
No, it's you.
Because even if I buy something, Brie will be like, "Why didn't you get like I went in? I had to get a new laptop, and of course I want to get the one that got the smallest memory. You get the smallest,
Girl, why didn't they
size.
call me?
I know,
Why
right?
didn't they
I
call
don't
me?
know.
Girl.
It was a hot, but I always do that. And he's like, "Why would you do that? Just get the biggest one, get the most memory." And then he'll be like, because Apple got, I don't know what words he be talking about, but I'd be like, whatever that is. He'd be like, yeah, and get that in there. Then you don't have to worry about this. And I'm like, but that just made it go up $400. I don't,
Right.
I shouldn't do that. He'd be like, you might as well just do it. And I'd be like, for real? And he'd be like, yeah. And then he'd be like, and I'll give you half of the money so you can pay the because it'd be like on a monthly plan or something.
Yeah.
So he does
Yeah,
things. So
yeah.
I'm not in a situation where I'm, like I said, like I'm being taken advantage of. I think I'm doing what you guys are saying. I have to get to the point where I realize that I can either keep doing what I'm doing and driving myself into the wall, and I'm going to hit it hard. And like you say, I'm going to start going off on everybody, or I can sit back and say, my baby is going to be this small. This is a season of me being able to, take him in before he decides he just wants to run off. And he going to want another girl. Give him a hug, and that's going to make me sad. But nonetheless, hopefully she wholesome. If not, I will be. Listen, that's another podcast episode.
Right.
But she better be nice. And so I have to just learn to give myself grace, and it's okay of learning how to put myself first. And I think that may be why I'm so like putting it on my schedule, because I'm learning something new.
Yeah.
And I feel like in order for me to make the change, like you say, it's not being selfish or being crazy. I'm being intentional about setting up the time to do so, because I do it for everything else. You look at my calendar, like to the T. It has all of Brielle's games. It has when I need to buy their yearbook. It has when they got to get on a bus, when they get off the bus to make them snacks. before they get off the bus. But nothing else is in there about what Brittany needs unless it's like a doctor's appointment or
Right.
I'm training a client. There's nothing set that I go, I'm gonna block this time to take care of me. And I think today was the first time that I was like, I'm blocking off 5 to 6:30 to take care of me. Now, take it that my husband does get up around like 5:30, but like I'm just gonna tell him you're gonna have to be up 30 minutes, and if he need a bottle, do that because I'm going in the garage, and you can put him in a stroller and stick him out there. So I'm blessed to be able to work out from home. It's not like I have to go to a gym. So that's nice, but I have to mindfully say this is a season of me learning who Brittany is in this season of with 3 kids and everything, and it's okay to put myself first, and it's something that I don't do at all. That's this is kind. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not crying on these.
It's your season to cry.
Right?
Now.
No, it's not my. Not on Beyonce internet. I will not.
No,
I said the same thing.
We have to get as good at taking care of ourselves as we do everybody else. And like I can't like it feels so good over here. Like, and yes, it feels so good.
It
now.
sounds good.
Girl,
I wanna join y'all. I don't know where you're gonna be at in the next 3 months, but I wanna be on this self-care private island.
Yes,
it sounds like fun.
The smallest things. Like even in the smallest things. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I do is for me first. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the first person, which is I have a 13-year-old, so he's up there with me. And so is my husband. But things that are important to me are important to me because, like I said, my husband he's in school getting another degree. You know, he's working on I'm like, now how do you got time to work on a PhD? And he's in ministry, actively in ministry. He has a photography business.
Yeah.
He still fishes and he golfs. And I'm like, now what in the world? He's going to make time for himself. But he's going, I don't know what it is about men, but they are conditioned to get what they want. To get what they want and make time for themselves. They're going to do that.
Me too.
Put my reset button. You reset.
You need to be like that.
Today.
Yes. Yes.
Especially as a new mom. I don't know who I was having this conversation with, but you know how they'll say like, oh, you want people to come over and help you? Or like, let's say that somebody say, oh, I'll take the kids for you. Like if, I don't have this luxury right now, but if my mom was here and she could just take care of the baby, right? And so, and my friend, I think it was my friend Bria, and she was like, maybe it wasn't. But long story short, if a new mom gets help with her baby or whatever, and she feels like with her time, like the baby's gone, you that's not your responsibility right now. You know, they're meant to take care of by somebody else. Your husband gone, you are there by yourself. And they was like, but then I would feel if I don't have nothing to do, and I'll feel guilty if I just laid there. And it's like, ain't that the point? And that's where I'm trying to get. That's the whole point. Do nothing. If you don't have to go out and spend your time washing the baby clothes. And the point is for you to use that time for yourself. But so many times we use that off time that we have to still pour. And we going to find a way to pour into somebody else. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go to the spa. I might. You keep them one more hour because I ain't done yet.
Right. Not texting them ahead of time. By the way, since you're doing such a great job,
it's like they're having fun.
Right?
Since she's actually in the middle of a nap, I don't want to wake her up.
Do you know? I have a friend who she does not have kids, and I think she's probably only been married for 4 or 5 years. But she used to take naps on Saturday, and I'm like, a nap? What is a nap? And I was like, she was like, you don't nap? And I was like, girl, the only time I've ever taken a nap is when I was pregnant. And that's because you can't help but fall asleep.
Yeah.
When you're pregnant.
Right.
But girl, I take naps on Saturday. Like I get up and I do whatever I have to do. Sometimes my son has something and, I do my little Saturday chores. But then I get a throw and I take a nap and it is glorious. I'm like, I have been missing out on this. To fall asleep in the middle of the afternoon for an hour and a half. Oh my God, it's glorious. It's like a reset.
I'm joining this.
It's like a reward.
This club y'all got going on. I want to be a part of it.
Take a nap, girl.
It sounds like y'all giving me the exclusive membership,
saying.
and I appreciate it.
Saying.
So I'm gonna keep you. I feel like we're gonna have to do an update. You're gonna have to come back to see if I'm even doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
Because this is insane. I don't think for this episode I have nothing that I'm gonna be done with because the girl. Well, that's a lie. I'm gonna be done.
Right.
I'm gonna be done with not asking for help.
Yes. Yes.
And
That's a good one.
And mentally being okay with setting time for myself. Not being.
Yes, it's not being.
Rewind.
Even I've called you like, I'm home for 2 weeks. If you need anything, let me know. And you like, okay, over here, nipples feeling like they in the garbage disposal.
Ain't saying nothing.
I ain't saying no word. And she was the one that brought me food too when we first got.
I'm like, every newborn family need food. Who gonna cook? You probably too tired to cook.
Yeah. Should have saw it. Right now, if you open up my freezer, I don't know if I'm feeding them or just Deuce because that thing full of milk.
Is it?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh
I was like, I promise I'm feeding these other kids and this husband. I promise I am. But based on this freezer, it's...
Do you have a separate freezer for it?
Both of them are real thick right now. So all the meat is underneath. So I have to move the milk and then I get the meat out the deep freezer. Yeah, I need to reorganize. It's a hot mess, to say the least. Miss Diane, you're not gonna judge me.
I'm not judging you.
And y'all on the internet not gonna judge me.
I am shocked.
Just know Deuce just fed well.
Sounds like
the people around here, the grown-ups.
Right? You know?
I don't know what I'm done with either.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well,
What would you be done with as far as your hats go? I feel like you've done a really good job of accepting, because I mean, you're almost at a year of being married, but I think you've done a good job of taking time with the new hats that you have. Like you said, you've been in that season of like being with the Raggedies. So now that you're in your season of the things that the Lord has blessed you with, I actually think you have done a really good job. And like you said, I think it's good that you have an easygoing husband because
we really might need to do an update episode, because even though like he was he's so easygoing, my husband is in the military, and a lot of the times last season I would say, I can't say too much, so I didn't want to put my business out there. But he back now. But Corey was gone for 4 months in Germany. I was down here by myself so I had nothing but time to pour into myself. So maybe I'll update y'all when the baby get here too. Cause like,
yes, you're gonna have to come back to season 7. There need to be a part 2 to see if we doing what we saying.
So I guess that's the one thing I could be done with. It's easier for me to say what I would want to do and how I would want to navigate this new season in my life, but standing on that, not allowing the things that life throws at me to get me off course of how I would want to live my life. Maybe I can be done with that, because I'm so easily like, oh Lord, I'm getting overwhelmed. It's like, but remember you said, I ain't doing that. Then don't do it. So I'm done with lying. Saying I'm done with something and I'm not.
Coming to the realizations here. So, Miss Diane, what would you be done with?
Yes, I would have to say that I am going along.
Ooh. I can't hear Miss Diane.
I'm sorry. I'm done with going along to get along. Like that part. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because you're done.
Right.
Get up out of here. We ain't doing that no more. Click. This is my phone bill. I pay it. You don't. Get off the line.
Disconnected.
That part. See, this is why I'm going to give me a landline, because the stuff you be seeing on the internet sometimes make you feel like you don't need to be on this people internet no more. Landline it is, because y'all ghetto.
Them was the days,
Don't call me.
Right.
I miss being able to on people and they could hear it, like click.
Right.
That was the best.
Flip phone.
A flip. Oh, they can hear what I'm getting.
No, but it makes me feel good.
Right?
Hang up on you.
That little clap. Yeah.
Right. Or I might have to do that.
That was something powerful back then. Yeah. Good old days.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you came.
Thank y'all for
I don't know
having
if this was
me.
eye-opening for anybody, but it definitely was good for your girl,
Thank
Brittany.
y'all for
Okay.
having me. This was fun.
Yes. You want to share your social media handle so that people know where to find you?
Yes, you can find me at Calm and Cultured Collective with Diane on YouTube. Instagram is at Calm and Cultured, and I'm
Yeah.
just on Instagram.
And y'all better like and subscribe.
Oh, I am on Apple
Right.
and Spotify now as well, so you can look for Calm
Look,
and Cultured there also.
it'll be in
No,
the
it's
bio.
cool.
Y'all better hit the
Yeah.
link, and y'all better like this video too while you at it, since you're liking
Exactly.
everything.
Right. We gonna start season
Like
6
it
off right
all.
now.
She was out here dropping gems for us today.
Oh, thank y'all
So
for having me.
thank
Yeah.
you. Yes.
This was nice.
We are gonna have to do a part 2 because I know I'm gonna have to keep y'all
Let's
updated.
do it. I want to hear how this schedule, because I told you ChatGPT has never failed me.
Right?
Ever.
I'm gonna let y'all know how it's going. Bit by bit.
Meanwhile,
And
I
I'm
don't
really
even
gonna be
use that.
interested to hear how the Desto,
Right.
big Desto, not the little, is gonna be handling all this extra hat she about to have. So this is good.
Right.
Thank you so much
You're
for coming
welcome. You're
on.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well, y'all, this was fun. We haven't had a guest in a long time, so I appreciate you
Yeah.
coming to Miss Diane. But yes, that was this week's episode, y'all. You already know we're gonna see y'all at the same time next week. Peace. That was
So you gotta
great.
smile at the camera so my girl could get a photo for you for the YouTube page, unless she gonna try to pause you when you're talking.
Oh,
You don't
so
want
this
that.
is how y'all do it. This is